Hello, I'm Guillermo del Toro.
And I'm Mark Gustafson.
And we directed Pinocchio.
We did.
We're going to talk about a scene that takes place in the church.
Pull, Carlo. Pull.
Magnificent job, Geppetto.
Thank you.
Pinocchio and Geppetto are having a dialogue. Pinocchio talks about his relationship with the statue of Jesus, and it's a quiet moment.
It's a sort of moment that we were really interested in emphasizing in Pinocchio, where you just can take the time with a couple of characters and really get to know them and understand their relationship and not be involved in lots of histrionics and motion, and just focus on the emotion.
Papa, there's something I don't understand.
What is it, Pinocchio?
Everybody likes him.
Who?
Him.
Huh?
They were all singing to him. He's made of wood too. Why do they like him and not me?
The scene is a quiet scene that shows Pinocchio and Geppetto getting closer, Geppetto being unable to explain to Pinocchio something important, like why do they love him and not Pinocchio.
People are sometimes afraid of things they don't know, but they'll get to know you and like you, and for that, are you ready for school? Then I have something I'd like to give you. Ta-da!
I love it, Papa. I love it, I love it, I love it!
You have Geppetto giving him a book, still hanging onto the memory of Carlo.
It is a school book.
And Pinocchio doesn't understand what the book is, but he loves it. He loves it because it's a gift from his father, and breaks through an invisible barrier and hugs Geppetto, and love starts healing both of them.
Was he a very good boy, Papa?
Yes, he was.
And you loved him very much?
I did. I do.
Then I will be just like Carlo.
And all of this turns the scene into a beautiful father and son scene, which is also a reference to Jesus and his story, which is also a father and son story.
I came to church!
It's a demon!
Witchcraft! Malocchio!
Pinocchio!
No, please. It's a puppet.
The father and son story is really the main theme of the film, those relationships and how they evolve.
Who controls you, wooden boy?
Of course I control him.
Who controls you?
It's the nature of love within a family. Finding it, maybe it's more about sort of recognizing it.
Off to school, going to school, going to school, off to school I go.
Stop motion animation is probably the oldest style of animation there is. It was one of the first things that artists tried with a camera, just moving a character literally one frame at a time and shooting it. And that's still what we do now. We really have the finest animators in the world working on this.
Oh, yes. Fine.
Papa, what is it?
We use the language of wardrobe design. We miniaturize the fabrics. We age them, we treat them, tint them, just like you would do in any live-action film.
Oh, hi, it's me.
I see him again.
And the construction of the set is layered so that the base of the church is romantic and much older than the upper parts of the church, or the wood carving that can take place in the 1800s. The bottom frescoes and the top frescoes and the glass work take place at different times in the construction of the church. You know, we create the same crafts or address the same crafts that you would do in live action.
One animator did almost all of this particular scene, and that really allows that artist to dive deep into what the characters are feeling and really understand the nature of the performance.
I'll be the very, very best at Whatever they do there, I'll make you proud.
At 24 frames a second, a good week for an animator is 2 or 3 seconds. On a 2-hour movie, we had to labor for 1,000 days and more than 60 units shooting at the same time.
We manipulate the puppets very, very gently, depending on their motion. Manipulate the face. These have mechanical faces in them, so there's a intricate sort of watchwork-like mechanism inside the face that's controlled by little Allen wrenches that you can put in either through the ear or through the back of the head. And then there are paddles all through the face so that you can get very, very delicate motions out of the face and get to really interesting expressions. The eyes being obviously the most important part of any character.
This particular scene, we lighted like any cinematographer would, but you're shooting also any moving light as if the day is setting. Frank Pasigan, our cinematographer, he created gobos to synchronize with the light so that the daylight in exteriors and interiors, you have the sense of it moving frame by frame as if the clouds or the sun was moving on the sky. I think this is a very subtle detail, but one that does give the atmosphere, the feeling of live action.
Because these sets are static, you don't get any natural movement of light at all. So Frank has recreated that idea, which brings life to these sets. Even if you don't see it, you definitely feel it when you're watching the shot.
We decided that we were gonna animate minimal gestures, failed gestures, a character landing on the bench a few inches further than he needs to be, scooch over, try to close the lid. Gestures that normally are left out of the sitcom-y rhythms of animation when people consider it a genre for kids, which is not. Animation is a medium to express film and express art. So all those minimal gestures make the audience lean in to watch the characters act, emote, and feel.
Why are you so blind? So absolutely blind. He has much to learn, but he loves you for who you are.
Just because of the laborious nature of the process, obviously we don't shoot any coverage. So we really have to know what we're doing when we go into a shot. We've choreographed all of this one frame at a time. It's a beautiful process, very, very much like live action in so many ways.
Be exactly who you are. I love you.